Hello everybody, it's Alpha Pickle back here with another episode on Enigmatica 2-pack. So we've been working a little bit on AE and automating some stuff, and I said we were going to automate the disenchantment generator this episode. So to do that we got to automate enchanting, obviously. But I ran into a couple snags. I want to get us books automated first because I want to enchant books, which obviously you know to make books we are going to need sugarcane and leather. So I got a little bit of the foundation set up right over here. There's our house, and right out here we're going to make a farm, and we're starting to use the Industrial Foregoing mod. So there's a lot of awesome items in this, but the plant gatherer, that's how you make it. Most of it's pretty cheap. The hardest thing to get for this mod for Industrial Foregoing is going to be the plastic, because you need dry rubber and you smelt it, and to get dry rubber you need 9 tiny dry rubber, which you get from the latex processing unit, and I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. But for now, basically we want the plant sower, I think I said that right. That is going to plant the seeds. So if we put that down in the center right where it's at and give it power, it's going to plant seeds in an area. And if you hit this, it'll show the working area. So that's the working area right now. But we want to upgrade it so it's bigger. As you guys might have noticed, I did have to lower this down. I had it misplaced. So you want it one beneath the surface, just like this. That way the working area is right here. And then since we have the upgrade in for range add-on, you can get even bigger ones than this. There is several, goes all the way up to 12, it looks like, I think. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. So we got 7 in ours because that's what worked out pretty well for us. And we're going to lock the inventory, and what that does, basically anything you place in here plant wise, like seeds, it's going to grow, such as regular Minecraft seeds for wheat. We're going to place it in that corner for now. I guess you got to place it and then lock the inventory. Okay, now that we got the seeds in there, we need power, obviously, for it to start running, which we got some flux duct right here going down to it over there, as you can see. And right here, we are going to put our plant gatherer, which we want to be facing that way. And again, we can show working area. It's going to show it just does that one block, but if we throw our upgrade in, it's going to cover the same area as the planter. So we got 7 in this one and 7 in that one, so it covers the same amount of area. So this one will obviously harvest the crops we tell it to, and there's a few different options you can do. Redstone as usual, and then we're going to hide the working area, and then you can gather anything, gather trees, gather plants. We're just going to keep it on gathering anything for now. And again, we just need to send power to both these. We got the redstone flux ducts sent up, and you might notice we have the ME glass cables going. So basically what we're going to do is put a P2P channel for the power again, like we did last time. And we're just going to take our memory card and link that up, and eventually that'll start getting power. It's probably going to take just a second. And there we go, we got power. So as you'll see, it's starting to plant over here in this corner. All right, so I went ahead and bone milled some of these crops, and I paused this thing. I also placed some sugarcane over here to see if it works. And when we turn this back on, it should start collecting. And there you'll see it's starting to collect everything. So it collected all of it. It even took the sugarcane, and you'll see it's in this inventory right now. We're also getting sludge, which we are not going to worry about right now. But basically, we need to pull all these items out because this is the output, obviously. And to do that, we're just going to hook up some impulse item ducts with a basic servo. I'll probably upgrade that later. And we're inputting them into the drawer controller. So that way we got wheat, we got seeds, and we got sugarcane right there, and we should be seeing those all go in here in just a second. Yep, there we go, we got 7 sugarcane now, and I put void upgrades on all these so we don't have to worry about it right now. So basically now we need to pull the wheat to our cow farm, which is going to be over there, and we need to pull the seeds and put the seeds back into this planter, because as you can see, it's not working anymore because we don't have seeds. So to get the seeds to the planter, I think we're going to use ME. Hopefully this works out. I honestly don't know, so let's try it out. So I went ahead and put the seed in the export bus there, so any seeds we get in the system should get exported, and we're going to just connect it back up to the system, which obviously we don't have a lot of seeds in the system, but the way we're going to fix that is we got some storage buses right here, and we are going to place it right there on the drawer controller. So now everything in these Using the storage bus on AE, it works pretty good with the drawer controller, which is really handy. So we can store everything in these drawers. So we have 64 stacks worth, or 32 stacks, I think it holds, of seeds in here. But it's not taking up space in our AE network, so we don't have to build drives for it, which is very handy. And with the storage bus attached to the controller, we can access any drawers that are touching this. So it's very handy. And as you can see, I don't know if you saw, the seeds are going down. So see that 22 and then 21, it's kind of slow, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. If it is, we'll change it. But that should be it on the wheat / sugarcane farm. So now that we got sugarcane and wheat coming in, we need to take the wheat and go set up our cow farm, which is going to be relatively similar. I went ahead and got a decent amount bred up so we don't have to wait forever. It took a bit of time. Basically, we got over here an animal feeder, and this is from Industrial Foregoing as well. And this, guess what it does? It feeds the animals, and we got a range add-on there, so it covers this whole area. I did, however, notice it has a limit because there was about maybe 10 more cows in here, and it stopped breeding them even when I put wheat in there. So I think it has a limit, unless I just messed something up. So what I did is I killed about 8 of the cows off. So we're probably about 8 less than the cap, if I'm estimating correctly. So as soon as we turn that on, it'll start breeding them, and we don't want to reach the cap again because we want it to breed them indefinitely. So how we're going to prevent that is we got the animal baby separator from Industrial Foregoing, and it does exactly what it says it does. It separates babies. So basically any babies in that whole entire area, which again we got the upgrade to cover the whole area where the cows are at, any baby animals, such as the baby cows, will get spit out over here. As you can see, we got a couple already. And then we did it a bit differently. You might be able to do this a bit more efficiently, but basically what I've done is, so the babies get spit out here, and then I got another animal baby separator. But with this one, we got something called the adult filter, which is pretty cheap to make. Again, some more of that plastic, gold, eggs, and that add-on again. About the same as all of them, they just take a little bit different material. This one takes lapis because we didn't need it as big, but it covers this whole area. And basically we got this baby separator, but since we got the adult filter in, it sorts adults instead. So as soon as that cow, any of these cows grow up, it'll instantly get placed right here, which will obviously have a block here. And that's when this mob crusher comes in, which is gonna kill the cow. So we'll place that block back there. So basically we need to get we need to take anything in the mob crusher and shoot it into this drawer. So let's get that set up real quick. And to do that, it's a bit messy, but we're just going to take servos again, our item ducts, and put a basic servo in here. If I can even do it correctly. And there we go. It should take that beef out. There it goes. And again, we got the drawer controller because we're going to do the same thing you might have guessed and put a storage bus on that drawer controller. That way we can access all of the goodies from our AE system. And I actually already put it on. So again, ME storage bus so we can access the raw beef and the leather, which is the important part. Raw beef is nice too. And now all we should need is power to all these machines. Isn't too difficult because again, we're going to use the P2P tunnel, and we'll just place it right here. And we'll take our memory card and link it up again. So now you can see it's connected right there. And we should be getting power to all of our machines here in just a moment. The last but not least thing we need to do is obviously put wheat into our animal feeder so it can breed. So let's get us another export bus, and we'll just plop it right there for now. Put wheat in the item filter, and we just need to connect this up to our network. And there we have it. It's connected to our cable. So as long as we got enough channels on the line, which I think we do. There it goes, device online. So we should start seeing wheat show up. There's our first one. There's our second one. I think we can add speed upgrades to this, which we might want to do to this one because we don't want it to go super slow. But we'll see. We'll just leave it as is for now. We're going to be waiting on wheat for a while anyways until that farm kind of gets running and this farm gets running. But there you can see that baby cows are getting separated. So as soon as they grow up, which they take about 20 minutes, kind of ridiculous long time, but that's vanilla Minecraft for you. They should get killed, and hopefully everything's working properly. We have 12 leather now. I just wanted to demonstrate this one more time. So you'll see we have 0 leather in this drawer. If we put that in, we have 63 leather in there now. And when we go look up leather in our AE system, you'll see we have 63 and we can access it and use it just like normal. So that's really nice. I don't know why it says leather tier 2. If anybody knows about that, let me know, because that's kind of interesting. Okay, so now that we got the cow leather and the sugarcane farm kind of set up, now we want to get the disenchantment setup going. So basically we need to auto enchant items, and again I chose books, which is a little more work, but I think it'll be better in the long run. So I got a little space set up right here, I think. So we're gonna get a magma crucible from thermal expansion to melt the items, and in the bottom we're gonna put the input, and that is gonna take the solidified XP. So there we go, we're starting to see the solidified experience from our mob farm over there showing up. It's just connected to the same pipes our generators over here have been set up from the beginning. So we're getting solidified experience. So when we power this, it is going to start churning that into knowledge. I went ahead and just gave it some power using an energy cell to demonstrate, but we get essence of knowledge. And I think you can use this for enchanting, possibly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I couldn't find an easy way to do it. So that's why we got a bit more room here. We're going to do a bit more of a setup, but again, it's going to be a lot cheaper in the long run. So Industrial Foregoing also has something called Fluid Dictionary Converter. I believe they have an ore one too. So if you want to convert like different types of ores you're getting in your world from different mods, but the same, because some mods will add silver ore and another mod might add it, so you might want to convert it all to one type instead of having like 3 different types of silver ore if you're playing a crazy mod pack. So we're going to turn the output to orange on the right side, and we're going to put a fluid converter right here. And basically we're going to select, I believe we want to select essence of knowledge here, and then we want to churn it into whatever we want. We will basically take the essence of knowledge bucket right there, and we are going to churn it into essence bucket from Industrial Foregoing. This is mob essence, and this has a lot more uses long term. So we are going to turn it all into mob essence basically, and we are going to pipe that out into this over here. So when we put that on, you'll see we're getting essence, and it will go 1 to 1. So if we have 1,000 millibuckets of essence of knowledge, we'll get 1,000 millibuckets of this essence. So we're not wasting any. This machine doesn't take power either, so that's nice. I decided I wanted the essence to go into a drum so we have a bit of a buffer instead of just straight to the ender tank. So we're going to take fluid ducts, and we're going to put a servo right there to pull the fluid out. And as you'll see, it's going into the drum, and that is going into the ender tank. There we go. I went ahead and threw down some more power so I could demonstrate it, and there you go. You're getting a lot more essence that way. And then we are also going to send the essence right here into another fluid dictionary converter, which might seem kind of silly, but just bear with me for just a moment. So this one we are going to want to set up with essence bucket, and we're going to turn this one into liquid XP from Cyclic. And the reason we're doing this is for the enchanting. So you can send the essence, the mob essence we're getting right here. I know it's kind of confusing because we got 3 different types. So the mob essence you can send to an enchanter from Industrial Foregoing, but it takes like, I think like 16 buckets or something to do a level 30 enchantment, something crazy. But if we send it to this dictionary converter and convert it to the liquid XP, it'll only take 1 bucket for a level 30 enchantment, which is obviously a lot better. So with one more fluid duct and a servo right here to pull out the XP, all we got to do is place this enchanter from Cyclic right here, and we'll get in that XP, and it will enchant to level 30 with literally 1 bucket. So right now we're at 6,300-ish. Throw that in and give it some power, and you'll see we get a level 30 enchantment right there. So not bad at all. So now basically all we got to set up is we got to export export books into this enchanter right here. So we can just set that up like, we'll go like on that side for now. And then we also need to send power. So do that. Okay, now I figured out how I wanted to do it. So I put a P2P tunnel again with the memory card for energy, set up to a flux duct to power the enchanter and the magma crucible, because both those will need power. And then we got an export bus right here, which we are going to want to set as book. And with that set up, we should be able to hook this up to our ME network. And once these channels come online, we should be getting power. Okay, I actually changed this out with an energy cell. That way we have a bit of a buffer once it gets going. So now both these are getting power. This is melting like crazy, which is going to be kind of a power issue. We will probably have to get a better power system because this only sends so much power and it is not going to be enough. It is draining rapidly to keep this magma crucible going. So let's just turn this off for a moment. But with the enchanter, you'll see it's getting books as 29 in there. So once it gets a stack, the rest will stay in our system, which is no big deal. And we'll want to put a crafting card in here. So that way, if we don't have any books, it'll craft it using the sugarcane and leather we just set farms up for. But anyways, as long as we extract these, let's grab some item ducts. With just a basic item duct and a basic servo, we should be able to extract the book, I believe. Yep, there we go. And now we're getting enchanted books into our chest. So we can use these enchanted books for ourselves, obviously. But, man, I thought it would give us more than one enchantment on these. Are we just getting that unlucky? Or can you only get one per? Interesting. Okay, that one we got more. So we were just getting really unlucky with this first few. Jeez. Because the more enchants it have on, I believe the longer it lasts in the disenchantment generator, so that's good to note. But as you can see, this thing's enchanting crazy quick, way better than the Industrial Foregoing one, a lot cheaper XP-wise, so we should be good. The only thing that's going to be a bit of a buffer is this drum, but it only holds 16 buckets, so it's not that big a deal. So that shouldn't take too long to fill up, and then these machines will fill up and it'll all shut off and stop running. Grabbed us a crafting card real quick so that way it'll craft the books when we need them, and I went ahead and threw the recipe for crafting paper out of sugarcane and books out of sugarcane and paper into our crafting terminal. So now if we look up books, we should be able to tell it to craft one if we have the resource. There you'll see it, we have a book. It just got taken out though. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. It took me a bit of work. I've been quite busy lately. I have some family matters to take care of, so hopefully I can still keep up with my schedule and get some work done around the base. I want to do a few more things. We can probably set up a tree farm and stuff pretty easily now that we got the basics going over here and we got all the cables ran. We can easily farm 5 or 6 different types of thing with this farm. We can even throw nether wart and stuff like that on this farm, so very handy to have. Let's go check out our leather real quick, see if we're killing any cows yet. Looks like we are. I don't know how much we had before, but we got a lot of baby cows there. So we'll see if that becomes an issue. I don't think it will be. I think they're growing up and dying quick enough. But it looks like now that it's going, it's gonna stay pretty efficient. I definitely like it. How come we're losing it as fast as we get it? Maybe it's crafting books for that thing since we threw that crafting card in there. That might be what's going on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.